And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to True Sim Productions. Tonight, we are bringing you 240 miles live here from Michigan International Speedway for race number, actually it's race number 10, not race number 9, but race number 10 here for the Blazing Pedals NextGen vehicles. With me tonight, back after a little hiatus last week due to a lack of internet service, it's Tanner Marr. Tanner, how are you tonight, buddy?
I am doing good. Excited to hear your voice. Excited to be back, and excited for Michigan tonight, buddy.
Yeah, 120 laps, 240 miles. It's a 2-mile cross, really, between a cookie cutter and a super speedway. A little over 193 miles an hour can be attained at the end of either one of the stretches, either the front or back stretch. So plenty of speed, but you got to whoa up just enough in those corners. Tonight we got a couple of interesting little tidbits to go through, and Tanner, I'm going to leave it up to you, bud. We're going to bring up what you think are going to be the 5 big storylines here tonight.
Yes, sir. So missing last week, it was kind of hard because I did not really get to see who has the momentum, who doesn't. But I do know Chris Berg, he did win last season here at Michigan. Now, that was in the Xfinity car, but can the 66 go back-to-back here tonight at Michigan? And then number 2, this is the most glaring one to me. TBB, he has not finished outside the top 10 all season long. Granted, he did miss the first 2 races, but the 7 races he's been here, he's finished inside the top 10 all 7 times. So has the longest current streak going right now in the series. And he also finished 3rd last season here at Michigan to boot. And then number 3, Dalton Kilroe, the number 41. He has only led 99 laps to date in this season. And I say only because the 41, he's been a champion in this series. He's a championship favorite week in and week out. So I look for it's coming pretty quick for the 41. He's going to have a show out type night where he leads a bunch of laps. Michigan might be just that place for him. And then number 4 is the rookie, or the catch-up man as we've coined him here, Mr. Cody Heinzman. For Race Chatter fans, you know he's a fixture up front in the Cyber Thunder series. Well, he's also proved here, first night in, he won at Charlotte. Now, last week at Gateway, ran into some trouble late, so didn't get to finish. He won it. So this is his 3rd night in, looking for race win number 2 of the season. I look for the catch-up man to be fast here because, like you mentioned, this is not a super speedway, but it's not a cookie cutter. It's a unique track, and for the Race Chatter fans, once again, Cody has mentioned he likes the unique, quirky tracks. And then speaking of track, it's Michigan. This is the home track to the MFRD owner, Michael Falk. I know when he used to do my paint schemes, he always did something special for me for Michigan. So I'm excited to see the MFRD drivers, and I know, Chris, an MFRD driver wants to win for the boss man tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I look, I kind of agree with everything you have here on your storylines. I want to add 2. First of all, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, not only is he in a hot streak here for the Blazing Pedals, but a little bit of a hot streak in life. Congratulations going out to Taylor Butcher Benjamin achieving his bachelor's degree this past, well, I guess it was Friday or yesterday. My days are a little mixed up. You'll have to forgive me a little bit. It's been a busy weekend, but TBB, now a bachelor. So congratulations going out to him. And then I think one of the more obvious storylines leading into tonight, and maybe we're going to get there a little bit as we kind of talk about favorites throughout the evening, but Chris Carroll has been on an absolute tear. He just signed into the server, so not a lot of practice time, if any at all, for Chris Carroll, but he has been on a absolute tear this season.
I think I said on Race Chatter, and I'm going to double down on it. This is probably the best start to any season that anybody's had in BPL. He has 8 finishes inside the top 5. Newsflash, there's only been 9 races. That's insane.
Yeah, that's wicked. What a way to start your season off. Of course, we got to thank our sponsors, our title sponsor, Ohio and Indiana Roofing, our halfway leader sponsor, Blackhawk Motorsports, special event sponsor, Butt Kicker. Of course, we communicate on TeamSpeak. Got to thank Priority Auto for that one. The pole award goes to Michael Falk Racing and 5 Kings Motorsports every single week. Tanner, I know it's you. You put up that practice session that these guys absolutely need in order to get ready for a Sunday night shootout here for the Blazing Pedals. Just like that, guys, practice is over. We're going to shift over into qualifying mode. Dalton Kilrow is going to pick up on the track. We're going to pick him up live here on True Sim Productions.
So Chris Berg was my pick for Race Chatter, but for the ones that watched, Dalton Kilrow was the one I wanted. He got stolen from me. He got picked before I was able to pick. I look for the 41. This is the longest he's ever went winless into a BPL season. I look for the 41 to shake it off tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, Chris Berg may not be a bad option here for you. He was fast here during practice. In fact, he was leading the speed charts here right before the end of practice session. So you may be onto something here, Tanner. I think the numbers guy that you are, it's leaning your way.
I'm hopeful.
Dalton Kilrow almost halfway through a lap number 1. Such a big track and such a momentum track too. You're not going to see a lot of guys running exclusively the low line, although it is possible to run it here. But this right here is what you're going to see. Getting below that white line right across the start-finish line, a 39.20. Good enough for the pole so far. Chris Berg comes in a 39.26.
Michigan's one of my favorite races to broadcast because it is wide. You said it right then. The low line, it might be fast early, but I promise you that's going to change 20 times throughout the night. There's not going to be one preferred lane as this race goes tonight.
How about the rookie, Gordon Larson Jr., picking up the pole here with a 39.19. Sam Lawson, party boy, in fourth right now, a 39.28. So top 4 pretty close in time. Dalton Kilrow picks up the pole, a 38.91. It's matched by Chris Berg, a 38.91. Of course, my timing is scoring showing a 38.90 for both. Berg just barely. You have to go out to the third decimal point to find Berg's advantage.
I don't know why iRacing live timing does that, by the way. Why it don't show what it shows us behind the scenes.
Who knows? Who knows? We do what we can with it, though. Ten drivers.
Look, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say 10 drivers have taken laps, but make it 11. And go ahead with your Chris Carroll statement. We're on him.
I'm not sure if he has done only 1 or 2 laps. I don't have my SDK up yet, but currently sitting 5th, as I'm actually saying, he is on his 2nd lap now. So got knocked down to 6th as a catch-up man. Just takes over provisional pole.
Yeah, pole time right now, 38.86. Chris Carroll goes across the stripes. And second lap, no better than the first one. Interesting.
You did note he got into the session really late, was not able to practice.
Focus in on the one car, heading through turns 1 and 2 on his first lap. Ty Morosco also having a really great start to the season, way better than what I would call the norm for Ty. He's got a race win, his first ever here for Blazing Pedals, way back in Daytona, and he's been a pretty steady fixture in the podium finishes.
4 top 5, 6 top 10s. He's been right there in the mix all season long. And the stat I like the most about Ty, he's led a lot of laps. As I'm trying to actually get it pulled back up on my end, I know he's in the top 3 with laps led. So the one, he's been a fixture up front all season long as well.
Lap number 1, good enough for a 12th starting place. Corey Sherman right now sits in 8th. Philip Van Vliet beats him out, pops himself into the 6th spot on his lap 2, 38.94.
Really strong performance out of the 89 car right there. Great lap for the 89.
Derek Paulson out of MFRD. His first lap, a blistering 38.90. Good enough for second spot so far. Morosco bumps up to 5th. And we're on board with John Perkins, who Boy, he started off the season really incredibly, and then as of late has had some kind of poor luck. None of it's his doing, but boy, it is really biting him lately. Perkins right now sits top 10 starting spot.
As Derek Paulson coming out with that first lap with a 38.902. That was a blistering pace to set that first time around the track. It's usually everybody's second lap they've gotten quicker on. Not that way for Derek Paulson.
Yeah, so that's a couple of drivers now. We see second lap not quite as fast as the first lap. Alex C. Harris, driver of the number 13 right now, has got himself a 10th starting spot with a 38.96. Dustin Ping out there, 17th starting spot in his first lap. Brian Dees on his second lap takes over 14th.
You mentioned Ping. He was also somebody inside the top 5 on the speed charts when the happy hour practice concluded. So he's going to definitely want to pick up some on that 39.196. Like you mentioned, 18th fastest first lap around. If he's around that turn 3 and 4 here for lap number 2, it's looked smooth for him. We'll see what the stopwatch says here, though.
Jamie Walker, I think, may have just had his fastest lap of the night on track. A 38.94, good enough for 8th quickest for Walker. Dustin Ping coasting. Oh, boy, here we go. You want to talk about an up and down season, and unfortunately for him, it's been mostly down. He is looking to rectify that situation right now, but with his first lap of a 40.05, that is not the way to go. It's Mark Arthur, driver of the number 12 Barbie car.
And into the wall right there on lap number 2, so that lap is already not counted.
Yeah,
so
already null and void.
I was talking to him before the race, and he wasn't happy. He did not like the way the car felt, and he sounded like Chris. Honestly, he'd rather be anywhere other than Michigan right now.
Just a couple more drivers, Eric Blount and Mike Massengill. We know Massengill doesn't have a habit of qualifying, so we may be done here with qualifying with about 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. And as it stands, Cody Heisman in race number 3, looking at a pole position, Derek Paulson, Chris Berg, Dalton Kilrow, and Ty Morosco would be your top 5. Looking at TNA just a little bit, Philip Van Vliet was able to keep inside the top 10. And Corey Sherman has not had a lot of speed here. We're going to see if that changes throughout the race. But Corey has been struggling just a little bit. Amanda, at one point, was actually faster during practice than Corey, and right now sits 21st in her starting spot. So every week, if you don't know, there's a power rankings that Tanner does. It's posted on Facebook. It's posted in the Blazing Pedals Discord channel. And Tanner, you got a couple of interesting ones in there. You want to go through your top 10?
We can. Let me get it pulled up on my end. That way I can remember. I remember most of them off the top of my head, though, because I really do look at a lot of stats. It takes a while to put them together. So just throwing names out there. First is Chris Carroll, of course, right? He's been the fastest all season. Second spot, Ty Morosco. Started off the season with a bang, and it's been pretty much on the roller coaster. It's been all up for the one, basically. Brian Dees is 3rd. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin 4th. Austin Edstrom's 5th. As Edstrom, he's going to probably climb back up the ladder, I guess, this week. Dalton Kilrow 6th. Jamie Walker 7th. That's really low for Jamie Walker. I mean, you expect him 1, 2, or 3, so I look for the 88 to start climbing up. 8th is Chris Berg. 9th, Derek Paulson, and Mike Hamlin in 10th. But I'll tell you, from 7th through 10th, it's the toughest week in and week out.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. And we do have points. We'll bringing those out here in just a little bit.
And now the thing with that is the power rankings are different than the points, right?
Yeah,
The points
absolutely.
are just numbers. They add up every week. I'm just doing the power rankings based on the eye test.
I like that power rankings thing. I think that's a great feature that you've kind of taken on. It's a lot of fun to watch. But it is time to go through the grid. Starting on the pole, driver of the number 51 TNA and Zero Motorsports car, it's Cody Heinzman. On his outside, starting in second spot, the MFRD driver of the number 6, Derek Paulson. Starting in third, it's the 66 of Chris Berg. MFRD picks up a fourth starting spot with the driver of the number 41, it's Dalton Kilrow, along with inside row number 3, the MFRD number 1 of Ty Morosco. Five Kings Motorsports picks up the outside of row 3, it's Sam Lawson in the 24. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, another MFRD driver, going to be starting in 7th. Jamie Walker in the 88, going to be starting in 8th spot tonight. Philip Van Vliet out of TNA Motorsports, going to start his 89 in the 9th spot. Chris Carroll out of Pit Lizard Performance, going to be starting his 99 in the 10th position. Starting in 11th tonight, driving the number 13, it is going to be Alex Harris. Starting in the 12th spot, driving his number 33 out of Speed Mafia, it is John Perkins. Starting in the 13th spot tonight, the driver of the number 27, it's Hunter Lagunas. And to his outside, out of Pit Lizard Performance, it's the 4 car of Larry Bell. MFRD's Brian D is going to be sticking his number 17 and 15th spot with Corey Sherman out of TNA Motorsports and a couple of others. Going to be starting 16th in his number 3. Austin Edstrom and his 87 going to be starting his MFRD car in the 17th spot. To his outside, it's Gordon Larson Jr. in the 00 starting in 18th. Blackhawk Motorsports, number 81 of Dustin Ping, going to be starting in 19th spot. Jason Bauer in the 9 is going to be starting in 20th. Amanda Sherman picks up a 21st starting spot for her TNA Motorsports vehicle. Mark Arthur, 22nd. Eric Blunt, 23rd. Mike Massengill is going to be 24th, and that is how we get it going. And speaking of getting going, we're about to go green. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Michigan, and it's Derek Paulson battling on the outside of Cody Heinzman, our pole starter tonight. The outside's going to carry a bunch of momentum, and Paulson's going to use it to his advantage. He goes to the race lead.
Ooh, 41 of Dalton Kilrow may have gotten to the outside wall a little bit. Looks like the 51 may have cleared himself on the 41's nose there. But I knew there was going to be a battle up front early. They want to get that clean air on the nose of that car, get the track position early.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again this season, clean air for the race leader is a huge advantage. Right now, Cody Heinzman trying to overcome that, and he goes down low. Heinzman looking low on our race leader, Derek Paulson, and the 41 starts to move up the track a little bit. He might be to the outside. He is. Dalton Kilrow goes to the outside with a head of steam. He's going to be looking for second, and he's got it. Heinzman battling back on the inside, not going to have the momentum that the outside does early on in this one. Dalton Kilrow right now holding on to that second spot by, a half a car length, and here comes Chris Berg. Berg in the 66 now takes over the third spot. The 24 of Sam Lawson to the outside as well.
51 just has no help on the low line right now. The momentum is on the high side from the draft, and that's allowed a 66 by, and now I believe that's Party Boy coming to the outside as well.
Yeah, Sam Lawson up top. Cody was able to battle back a little bit there, but I think off from the corners, Sam Lawson's going to have the advantage, and across the stripes, he sure does. Now, this is an opportunity for Heinzman to pop in line, and he wastes not a second, as he is able to get in line and hold on to that 5th spot. So our pole leader in just 4 laps drops down to the 5th spot. We have one rubbing on the wall. It may have been the 12. We have another one on the wall. That was an MFRD driver. Possibly Eric Austin Edstrom, I believe. Nope, not him. Oh, yes, it was. It was Edstrom.
As we have a battle going on up front for the top spot, 41 of Kilroe to the inside of his teammate, Derek Paulson. Paulson leads that lap by, but Dalton looks hungry. He wants that race lead, but you just see the high side. The momentum is there right now.
Yeah, so the deal is this. Sometimes you're going to get a run. And this is probably what happened to the 41. He got a run on his teammate, had to move down or risk getting into him. So he moved down, and now the 41 is going to move back.
Yep, the freight train to the outside. He might be able to get in front of teammate Ty Morosco if the 51 gets clear right here. But Dalton is doing a good job hanging strong in that low line.
He is. Cody Heinzman now to his outside. So Heinzman has picked up a couple of spots since lap 4 in just 2 laps. Heinzman has moved back up to 3rd spot. And here comes the one of Ty Morosco trying to put his nose in. Not going to be able to get there. The 41 is clear if he wants to move up. He's got the opportunity. He does. And now the one.
Car scatter right then. Corey Sherman may have gotten to the outside wall. Chris Carroll 3 wide.
Chris Carroll on the inside. Sherman with a momentum in the middle. Kind of leaves him hanging. But yeah, got a little bit slow, and that's all it takes. And 3 wide. As wide as this track is, really doesn't work here.
We were watching that. Somehow it came back. Chris Berg's in the lead.
Your pick in the lead.
Sir. I like it. I do like it.
Derek Paulson falls back to 2nd spot, so a few lead changes already here. Very quickly, lap 7 of 120. We haven't even talked about stages yet. Let's get that up. Lap 36, the end of lap 36 and the end of lap 72. Again, tonight, the distance, 240 miles, 120 laps. And Chris Berg leads the way. The outside line starting to take control once again as Heinzman up to 2nd spot. Ty Morosco follows him. And here comes Kilroe once again on the outside. Jamie Walker running the inside line and maybe a little faster than Paulson as Paulson is dragging the 88 back. Corey Sherman up 10 spots since the drop of the green flag. He is on the outside of Derek Paulson, and these two, over the years, I know I've gotten a chance to call them, have gotten into it a few times.
Up 10 spots, though, in 9 laps. That's pretty impressive here at Michigan. Michigan's typically a track that's fairly hard to pass at. I know it don't look like it right now, but everybody's on fresh tires. I feel as the night goes on, this track's going to change, and these tires are going to start to fall off. And that's when you're going to start seeing different clusters of packs, I believe. But right now, everybody's right on top of each other.
Yeah, Sherman stuck on the inside, now moves back a spot, and here comes the 27 of Hunter Lagunas. Lagunas goes way high. It's 3 wide again. Contact between the 3 and the 6. It's settled quickly.
I don't think he wanted to be that high. He got to the outside of Paulson, and then he heard the 3 wide call, and it was just no good there. I don't believe Lagunas wanted that, but he's there. Take it now on the high side. But man, oh man, Derek Paulson is in that circle position.
Oh, the 3 car doing a fancy job of driving to stay out of the 6. And the 88 of Jamie Walker right on the back bumper of the 3. The outside lane starting to move once again. Here comes the 81 of Ping. The 3 car needs to find his way up. There he is. Now the battle is between Derek Paulson, who is riding that inside line. Chris Carroll is right behind him. Carroll moves down low.
Chris Carroll just looking for one line to move forward on. He is trying.
Oh, man.
It got close right there. He's trying to inch forward. They're going to be 3 wide going into the corner. Gave him a little shot.
Oh, look out. Too tight. Carroll backs out of it. Smart move by Chris Carroll. You cannot win if you can't finish.
Right. To finish first you must finish. You saw the flames shoot out of the pipes of that 99. He lifted right then. He was getting tight. Heads up driving, but man, oh man, this is a hornet's nest right here. This is exactly where you don't want to be.
We're 3x3, 2 rows deep here on lap number 12. My goodness. You got some drivers here that want to win a race. Oh, contact between the 17 and the 81. Ping. Gonna get the worst of it. We're going under caution. Dustin Ping gets the worst of it as he in the set. Oh, man, real late. Bauer into the back of the 81. Ugh. You know, I hate to say it, Tanner, but the way these guys were driving, it was bound to happen.
I'll be honest. I don't know why we're running that hard this early. I get it. We're racehorse mentality, but my, oh my.
So caution out early.
That was a big one too. You got a lot of drivers in that one, I believe.
Let's go back and take a look at it as it happened. You see Ping before we hit play. Ping is in the middle of the 88 and the 17. The 88, Jamie Walker. The 17, Brian Dees. That sets it up. Let's take a peek. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even notice it at first, but poor John Perkins.
You know, John Perkins got a piece of that, but that was actually a lot smaller than what I thought it was. It looked like we had cars going everywhere, but man, oh man, Bauer just pummeled the 81 after the wreck, too.
Let's go on board with John Perkins and look at that one more time as it all happened right in front of him. Oh, I'm sorry. We were on Ping, not Perkins. Let's get to the right car here. Absolutely nothing for Perkins to do there. He had no place to go, and yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Tanner, just as he said, I mean, it kind of happened towards the front of the track, and for it to really only take out a few drivers, boy, that was kind of a miracle. Up front, it's Chris Berg, Cody Heinzman in second. Dalton Kilrow rounds out the top three. Top five include Ty Morosco and Samuel Lawson. Under caution for the first time tonight here on True Sim Productions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the point standings coming into tonight. Chris Carroll, Brian Dees, Ty Morosco, Dalton Kilrow, and Mike Hamlin. Your top five in points. Mike Hamlin, not in the race last week, suffers a little bit, dropping a few positions. John Perkins, Derek Paulson, Dustin Ping, Austin Edstrom, and Jamie Walker round out the top 10 in points.
Mike Hamlin's been fast this year. He's always been somebody that's pretty fast, but he never really would get the finishes he deserved because he would get in somebody else's trouble normally, right? But he's actually been getting the finishes he deserves. He's been a joy to watch this year in that 11.
Taking a look here, like TBB right now sits in 13th spot. Let's keep in mind he missed the first two races and he's in 13th spot. That's pretty amazing.
Look at that bubble though. The top 16. Remember that's playoff drivers. You're 16th on up. You're in the playoffs. Kyle Wellman is on the bubble, but he's not here tonight. Chris Berg, our race leader, he's sitting outside looking in when it comes to the playoffs. You know what a win would do for him tonight.
Just a finish tonight ought to do it.
Absolutely.
So, never too early to start looking at points. And I do week in and week out. It's one of the things. I know you do a lot of studying to get all your stats. I get my stats out of the points. There's a whole story there.
The points will always tell you the full story, regardless of somebody wants to believe it or not. The points is the full story of the season. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah. It does take a little bit of knowledge as to what's going on in the background, right? For like TBB, missing a couple of races and still sitting inside the top 16 in points. That's awesome.
Right. At the end of the day, the points are the end all be all.
But I do love a good stat. Pace car drops down to the bottom side of the track, now pulls down pit road. We get ready to go back into the green flag. Chris Berg has control of the field. The Geico restart zone is there, and Berg takes off really late into that one. The 41 with a great start. He may have a shot at second spot here. Dalton Kilrow may be looking for second as they round into turns 1 and 2. Boy, the inside line actually had a great restart there. As the 41 able to get around Cody Heinzman. Perhaps most importantly, Chris Berg was able to hold on to his race lead. Both drivers up 2 spots since the drop of the green flag. Our biggest mover so far, Eric Blount, up 11 to 12th place. Top 4 riding nose to tail, make it top 5. Our first battle right now is for 6th spot between Derek Paulson and Chris Carroll. Carroll puts it to the high side to follow Paulson, so that battle is over. For the moment. Right now, the 24, Sam Lawson, holding on to the outside. Tom Orozco looks to the inside of Cody Heinzman. Orozco taking a chance to go down low. He's going to lose a spot to Sam Lawson by about a bumper as they head into turns 1 and 2 once again. And Morosco dives down, has a full head of steam, able to get back to the top side of the track if he wishes. He does, and he's going to get a bump out of the 24.
I am shocked and surprised to see that low line. It is just noticeably slower out here tonight. That high side is just where you need to be at. It's more or less the middle of the track, really, too. Not even really the high side, although they are starting to work their way slowly up, Chris.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing is you can enter the corner very aggressively. We just saw the 99 do it. He was able to take 2 spots when he did it, but he was very quick to move back up the track after he was done with the pass, and I think that might be the trick here tonight. Chris Carroll up 2 in that last lap. Now following Ty Morosco. Morosco running in the 4th spot right on the back bumper of Heinzman. Heinzman looks high on Chris Berg. And with the momentum, the 51 is going to take over that second spot. He actually moves down. And here comes Morosco. Morosco into the top 3. Chris Carroll had it for a moment, but Berg on the inside had nobody in front of him. He was able to stay on the throttle just a little bit longer. But that momentum on that top lane, but it's Chris Carroll.
It's looking like the 66 may have used up some tires early. Remember, he got out to the lead, led the first 15 or so laps, and now he's starting to slowly fall back a little bit, running 5th or so right now. That's allowed Dalton Kilrow to be the man front and center.
So Kilrow leads another lap. He's now, by virtue of leading a few laps, well over 100.
He broke 100. He's in the triple digits here now.
Up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag to take over the race lead. Cody Heinzman, our pole sitter, sits in second.
Cody has a mirror full of Morosco, and Morosco looks like he wants P2 and wants it badly.
He had a mirror full and a bumper push by Morosco. Morosco, he isn't afraid to put the bumper in there. And he is definitely doing it right now. Morosco all over the back bumper of Cody Heinzman.
Yeah, the one car is really the only car pushing like that. I've been skimming through the field, not really seeing a lot of people utilizing the bump draft here. Well, Roscoe's utilizing it for sure.
Now, Chris Berg, who was up there in that battle, is falling back to the 6th spot in the 66. And here comes the 3 car. Corey Sherman looking on the outside. He's looking for maybe 2 spots. Not going to be able to do it right off, but at the line, it's going to be Corey Sherman. Sherman up to 5th.
Corey got the 2-for-1 special right there. Now the 24. Party Boy stuck on the low side here. But yeah, it was a good move by Corey Sherman in the 3.
Paulson, who's down 6 spots right now, he's on the outside, and he is trying to get to the back bumper of Chris Berg. He realizes that Sam Lawson is down low, may be able to pass him if he can get there. But, man, Sam Lawson is making that bottom line work right now.
Yeah, I think the guys like Corey Sherman, Berg, Derek Paulson, Austin Edmond, they smell blood in the water when they see somebody go down low like that. I just think over time the high line it prevails too much.
Yeah, and we just saw a little push right there. Chris Berg gave the 3 car a shot and stayed there for most of the front stretch.
Ooh, Corey into the outside wall hard as car scatter.
Yeah, car scatter. The 88 takes advantage. Oh, the 6 and the 87 get together. Teammates. And that was almost disastrous for Paulson. So I think what happened there is the 66 of Berg, he was on the back bumper of the 3, and the 3 may have been carrying a little too much speed. Oh, the 66 and the 17 get together. Look out, Chris Berg. He is all over the place, and he has saved that car about 82 times in the last lap. Might be a bit of a stretch.
I bet it don't feel like a stretch to him. I bet he's stretched out right now in that car.
I believe you might be right. As all kinds of wonderful things are happening back there. We go back up front. Chris Carroll sets up a pass on Tom Orozco. Looking for 2nd spot. And on the inside, here comes Jamie Walker. Walker is one of the very few drivers tonight who has made that inside work. And I'm not entirely sure how he's doing it.
And he's one of the few that have actually elected to go to the low side when the high side was available. He stayed down low. So, yes, he's found something out in that low line.
Yeah. And
into the outside wall, Chris Carroll, car scatter again. Holy hell.
Look at the run the 1 has as he gets right there. But the 88 down low looking for 2nd spot, and Jamie Walker's got it. Jamie Walker up to 2nd.
And reports there may be something wrong with Chris Carroll's car after that hit. His steering wheel's off, so it's not a good look for the 99. That's gonna. He definitely needs to limp it to the stage. When's the stage break coming? I know you said 30-something, 36.
Lap number 36. Yes. As the 88 of Walker looks to the inside of our race leader, the 9 comes in, maybe gives him a little bump for the race lead. Jamie Walker in front for the first time here tonight. He can thank Chris Carroll for the nudge. And what a nudge.
Was it, too. That was it. That was the difference right there. That's exactly what the 88 needed. Now the 41 is having to battle Chris Carroll. If Carroll's car's damaged, it ain't damaged too bad because he's battling now for P2. But yes, sir, he gave that shot to Jamie Walker and got him right by Dalton Kilrow.
I mean, what a nudge. Look at the difference between Jamie Walker and now where Chris Carroll is. That was a shot. Tom Orozco back to 4th spot. Cody Heinzman holding on to the top 5. Then it's Derek Paulson, Austin Edstrom. Edstrom down low.
I feel like we've had 5 to 6 different leaders already in this race. And we're not even through the first stage yet. A lot of comer and goers.
Yeah, there sure have. And with, just 7 laps to go. 7 this time until the end of stage number 1. You know it's going to get busy inside of the top 10. Chris Berg working the inside of Sam Lawson. Lawson holds the momentum on the outside. Not going to be enough, though, as it looks like the inside line may be starting to get figured out here by a couple of drivers.
I think as the tires have went to wear, and I mean they probably feel terrible right now. I was talking to drivers earlier in practice, and they said the right front, you were basically just shredding it out there. So I think as this car tightens up, the bottom line may be more valuable.
Well, that's one of the things that I was going to mention and totally forgot to. This track is a little bit coarse. In fact, I will get a shot off the front bumper at some point. You guys will be able to see just how rough this track is, and believe me, it will eat tires.
So you said a little bit coarse. I'm going to have to say no, a lot of bit coarse.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely, it can be a cheese grater, especially if you're abusing your car, like over driving it. That just exemplifies it.
Yeah, Austin Edstrom right now has worked his way in the top 5. He has gotten around Tom Orozco. Paulson and Berg still fighting for the 7th position. Brian Dees right now, the gatekeeper of the 10th spot.
And speaking of fall off here, Jamie Walker's fastest lap was a 38.98 earlier in the race. He's doing 40.2s now, so almost a full second and a half slower now. So tire fall off, it is huge here tonight.
Yeah, and speaking of fall off and losing your top speed, Corey Sherman last time by a 42.01, the slowest car on track.
Wonder what happened to him.
I think he's just used it up.
He's got damage on the right front.
Yeah, between damage and general wear and tear on that car, it's done for right now. A little time in pit road should take care of it, but right now, Corey Sherman is slow.
So the crew chief is coming out again. You're thinking probably 4 Mr. Feelgoods on that car?
4 Mr. Feelgoods, and let's bang out that bumper a little bit and try and straighten up that fender so we can get some aerodynamics back.
Right on.
We've seen it time and time again. You do draft on this track, and if you don't have that ability, and right now Corey Sherman does not have that ability, or else he would be right behind Hunter Lagunas, you're going to fall back, and that's exactly what's happening to the 3 car. Actually down 1 spot since the drop of the green flag, all the way back to 17th spot.
And the draft is absolutely huge. In practice, happy hour, they were turning 37-second laps. In qualifying by themselves, there was 39-second laps. So 2 seconds is what the draft's worth here.
Last time by for Jamie Walker, a 40.50. Chris Carroll, a little bit quicker, but we are running out of time. And with a 0.4 of a second gap lead, I don't know if Carroll's going to be able to catch the 88, let alone try and pass him.
Yeah, I was going to say, he might be able to get there, Chris, but I don't know. Jamie Walker's not a slouch. You better pack a lunch. You're going to try to pass the 88, especially for stage points.
Stage number 1 going to be ending here in just about 2 laps at the end of lap 36. So they actually come around, take lap 37. That's when the caution will fall. And look at the run the 99 has. We were talking about draft. You just saw it right there. And the 88 moves up. He's fully aware that there's a draft here. He's going to try and pick it back up and go right back around him. It's a switchover move.
I told you he was not just going to lay over. I thought for a second maybe Jamie gave the spot up. No, sir. Crossover move. Now they're drag racing down the backstretch.
Side by side, heading into turns 3 and 4, the 88 and the 99. 2 of the very best here at Blazing Pedals over the years. The 88 has taken the race lead back. Now he's got to drag that brake just a little bit. He's got to stop the 99 from getting a hellacious run, but it may be too late as he has got it once again, and the 88's going to hold up a little bit. It's going to let that 99 get by, and now try and fight back on the outside with the momentum. The 88 back to the race lead. What a great battle here.
I like that. I like that
great.
Move. By the 88, though, he stayed on the high side that time, Chris. He did not try to crossover move. He knows momentum is had on the high side. So smart heads-up move by the 88 right there.
Yeah, the 99 really letting the 88 go. Going to try and pick up that draft, but it's going to be too late. Winner of stage number 1, the 88 of Jamie Walker. Caution comes out for just the second time here tonight. This one to end stage 1. Top
There's
10.
25 drivers out there wanting some fresh tires right now. Sorry
yeah. Yeah. There's 25 drivers, an announcer or two. We all want them. Give me the fresh stuff.
Absolutely.
Top 10 drivers at the end of stage 1. Jamie Walker, Chris Carroll, Austin Edstrom, Cody Heinzman, Dalton Kilrow in 5th. In 6th, Derek Paulson, Chris Berg, Ty Morosco. In 9th, Sam Lawson. And rounding it out, the 17, the Soul Stealer, Brian Dees. And these guys cannot get to pit road soon enough. I promise you that. Walker wants to get there so quickly. He passed the pace car. He's going to have to whoa up and let it come back. From mid 190s down to just about 70 miles an hour.
And around this 2-mile track, it feels like you are crawling.
That may be. No, I don't think it is. I was going to say it may be the first stage that Jamie has won this year. Actually, it may be the first stage that Jamie has won this year.
When you were calling him come to the line, I thought maybe this was his first one. I can't think of, unless he won one at Dover, which he may have, but I can't think of any other time that he may have won one other than maybe at Dover. And to be honest, we've called so many races that they all run together too.
Yeah, that's true.
It looked like Chris Carroll had trouble getting into his box. So did race leader Jamie Walker, had to back up as well. So Jamie Walker, it's a possibility 88 loses the race lead here. Definitely had to back up in his box. And he did indeed. Austin Edstrom.
Austin Edstrom.
Now, Cody Heinzman may have got him as well. That was a drag race off pit road there. I don't know who got it between the 51 or the 88. Looks to be like the 88 may have got the catch-up man.
Austin Edstrom, a blistering pit speed and pit time to get him back in. Well, not back in, for the first time tonight, the leader. Austin Edstrom. Jamie Walker going to come out second. Cody Heinzman in third. Dalton Kilrow, Ty Morosco to round out the top 5.
Edstrom with the 4-tire stop. I didn't think there was any way possible he took tires right there. I thought maybe he was the only one that didn't take tires. No, he took 4 tires. He was just that good getting on and off pit road.
Well, let's break it down for you. Total time on pit road for Austin Edstrom, a 43.98. That means coming down, stopping, getting your service, and getting back out across the line to be on track. 43.98. Our race leader coming into the pit road, a 45.43. That's the difference. And I'll tell you, man, you have to do it just right, and Austin Edstrom sure did.
And what Chris means by that, for the ones not aware, just like in real life, we have what they're called timing lines on here, right? It's basically you can't go so fast in a box, and there's many of them down pit road, and you just try to maximize your speed. There's a speed limit, so say if it's 35, I bet Edstrom was probably going 37 most of that pit road, but he was manipulating them timing lines, and he did it to perfection.
I gotta do a shout out because I think this might be the first time ever. Papa Sherman out on track or out in YouTube land, giving us a hello. I love it. Richie, I hope you and Gail are doing great.
Yes. Hi, Mr. Richard, Mr. Sherman. Hi, Miss Connie and Lori. Lori, if you're out there, you have not chatted. I'm sad about it. We're a quarter of the way through this race, and you have not chatted with us yet, Lori.
Well, Connie is out there. She's definitely said her hello.
Yeah, Miss Connie still likes us. I guess Lori don't like us anymore.
Mark Arthur says he loves this car like he loves harpies. I don't know what harpies are, but
He totally butchered the spelling. He definitely butchered the spelling. I saw that.
Mark several laps down, but he is the only car lap down, so maybe a couple of cautions, he'll be right back in it. Austin Edstrom hits the go pedal. We are live here for stage number 2.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Mark didn't get tangled up in that first wreck, did he?
I
didn't think he
did. He must have had something happen to him, because
That's right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. When did he go laps down?
and not just one, but several. Lap 72 going to be the end of stage number 2. We are working that right now. And our race leader, Austin Edstrom, with Jamie Walker and Dalton Kilrow right behind him. Cody Heinzman in the 4th. And here comes Chris Berg to try and take it away on the outside. New tires, Tanner, and now we know what tires will do. Do we just go for it and let the chips fall where they may, or do we save them a little bit and then try and pick it up towards the end of the stage?
You're the crew chief. I'm the driver. I say go like hell just because I'm the driver. But the crew chief in you probably wants me to rein it in a little bit, huh? The ADA's not reining anything in. He's reining that race lead in right now.
I'll tell you who's not reining anything in. It's MFRD. They're 3 wide. Paulson, TBB, and Brian Dees. Paulson on the inside. Going to let him go. No choice there. But 3 wide for MFRD. Sometimes teams don't matter. Oh, the 1 and the 17 make a slight contact. I'm sure there's going to be some talking going on in team speak here about that. I like it.
You got
Think
4
it
of
doesn't
them right
matter?
there
It
on top of each
matters.
other. 5 of them actually right there on top of each other.
Yeah, Austin Edstrom, Brian Dees, Tom Orozco, TBB.
And Derek Paulson.
Derek Paulson. Yeah, they're all there. Michael Falks, home track. And I don't see a single Sasquatch on any of those cars. Hard to believe.
That's disappointing, ain't it? No,
it is a little bit.
In all seriousness, though, MF Racing Designs, my favorite. He's done 1,000 paint schemes for me, probably. And that sounds like exaggeration, but I mean we're probably close to that number. My favorite ones, if you ever hit up MF Racing Design for a paint scheme, my favorite ones he's ever done is when I say, Michael, just do whatever you want to do, and he kills them, knocks them out of the ballpark.
Speaking of being out of the ballpark right now, it is the 3 of Corey Sherman. He was on pit road for a minute 50, a minute 20 in the stall. So definitely getting some repairs done to the 3 car. We're going to see during this stage if it was enough or if there needs to be some more.
That worries me, Chris, just because it don't have a lot of cosmetic damage. That tells me maybe some suspension components, something in that right front probably was broke.
Tie rod bent or something along those lines. Quite the possibility. Larry Bell goes way up high, loses a ton of momentum, loses a few spots, and he's going to lose one more right now to Philip Van Vliet. So Van Vliet keeping it clean here so far. In 11th spot is the 89 out of TNA Motorsports. And here comes the 1. I thought he was going to give the 10 a little bump, but backed it off just in time to Ty Morosco. So Morosco has been very quick tonight. And sometimes that's to his own detriment. Sometimes the faster he is, the more excited he gets, the harder he drives. I think the biggest change in him this year is he has been a little bit more mellow.
He's reined it in. He's not on the mic nearly as much. It's a lot. Like it's the entire bit of it. It ain't just, he's faster on the track. No, he's being smarter in the car and everything.
Yeah, a lot of confidence from Daytona on. That first win has given that 1 car. And it feels good knowing you're locked in. Look, you're going for the championship. You're locked in, right? On virtue of that race win. So you've got some extra confidence, and it gives you the rest of the season to kind of learn the car, learn the speed, and figure it all out. And right now, Ty Morosco is definitely one of those guys to keep an eye on week in and week out. Our pole sitter, Cody Heinzman, is down to 9th position and looks a little bit on the slow side right now. I don't know if he's moving back on purpose or what, but yeah, Cody Heinzman, well, he might be saving some tires for the end of this one.
There was a big difference in the guys that kind of played it cool in the beginning of the stages, like Jamie Walker in stage 1, got up there at the end, led the stage, Chris Carroll. So I think that's what the 51 is doing here. I think.
Very quick battle for the race lead, and Chris Berg back to the top spot. Several different lead changes here tonight.
It's got to be a big confidence boost for that 66. Won at Atlanta earlier this year with the help from his teammate Dustin Ping. Once them two got linked up, they could not be beat. And now here at Michigan, leading the train around this 2-mile oval.
Yeah, and his teammate Ping not having the best race so far, back in the 20th spot. Just having difficulties getting it rolling here around this 2-mile track is Dustin Ping, as he started in 19th position tonight. Jamie Walker working the back bumper of Chris Berg. Dalton Kilroe right in 3rd spot. Chris Carroll in 4th. Rounding it all out, top 5 is Derek Paulson in the 6 car. So MFRD is coming. Four MFRD drivers sitting in the top 10. TNA newcomer Cody Heinzman is the pole sitter for tonight. He's back down to 11th position and maybe falling some more. Cody may be looking for a teammate. I understand trying to save tires, but if you fall back this far, there's probably something else going on.
I think it's more than just tires. If he keeps falling backwards. As they have now a battle for P2, heating up. Dalton Kilroe to the inside of Jamie Walker. Also, Walker back in the Mountain Dew scheme. It's Diet Mountain Dew, but at least it's Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he did that last week, and I said the same thing. Amazing.
At least it's Mountain Dew.
Absolutely amazing. I said the exact thing last week.
That's awesome.
Chris Carroll drops it down low. He's looking for a twofer.
And where the hell did he come from? A 2-for-1 special right there.
Maybe a 3. Oh my God. Chris Carroll launches out of the corner. He drops down onto the apron. Chris Carroll looking for the race lead. Not going to get it that time. Chris Berg by about an inch. I mean, it doesn't get any closer. But now Carroll has stuck the nose out front. Berg fights back on the outside. No momentum.
Drive it off a cliff here. He's going to drive it off in there deep and try to clear the 66, I do believe, unless he can fall in front of Jamie Walker. Oh, Jamie Walker having some electrical issues. See if the 99 drives off in there a little bit deeper. Cannot get clear of the 66. Just cannot do it. Berg's hanging on strong on that outside lane.
I thought the 88 was going to look for the rear bumper of the 99 and return the favor he was given earlier. Not able to do it as he had electrical issues, but it doesn't matter. Chris Carroll leads that time across the stripes.
You notice every time on the entry, Carroll's inching forward a little bit more and more. Now he's finally got clear, so new face out front. It's a familiar one. It's the 99 of Chris Carroll.
I was going to say, nothing new about it, just new tonight.
Just for tonight. And I think he's actually led tonight a lap or two prior.
The 99 up front, Chris Berg, Jamie Walker, your top 3. And then it is 3 drivers out of MFRD. Dalton Kilroe, Derek Paulson, and TBB, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. What a weekend he's had. I'm so proud of him for graduating.
It's such a cool deal. so cool to commit to something like that and get through with it.
Oh,
Shout
contact
out
between
TBB.
him and Lawson, excuse me. Oh, it is Larson. I knew it was Larson. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that.
As we currently have the Chris and Chris show up front.
Yeah, running nose to tail, Carroll and Berg. A battle right now for third spot. It's between Kilroe and Walker, and Kilroe's going to take it. Dalton Kilroe to the third spot.
Jared Paulson looking to the inside of the 88. Looks like 88's not even going to fight him. Let the 6-car on by, live to fight another day.
Yeah, already a stage win. No need to hurt your car right now. Just let them go. Still inside the top 5 is Jamie Walker.
And I think Jamie's smart. He knows he wants to stay basically inside the top 5, I would guess. Don't want to fall back any further because in the top 5, you still got the decent track position. Now TBB looking to the inside of the 88. Now this is going to put him outside the top 5 if the Butcher's able to make the pass.
Butcher's doing it on the inside, and yeah, it's kind of the same thing. The 88 really didn't fight him all that much. He does drop down to the inside, had a little bit more momentum than TBB. But at the line, oh man, that was close, but it was TBB.
I think the only reason why he's to the inside of 10 right here, you mentioned it, momentum. He just had the momentum, didn't want to lift, but he's not really racing the 10 car very hard right here, I don't believe. I think he let him by, and he's just living to fight another day.
So right now we've got MFRD drivers 3rd and 4th and 5th, 7th, and where is Austin Edstrom? 16th.
I mentioned on Race Chatter how I believe MFRD, they are the best at like manipulating the air. And I think what I really meant by that, because Dalton said they don't try to do it, and I don't think they do. I think that they got such good numbers, right? There's 5 or 6 of them, and they're always up to the front, right? So it feels like they're always controlling these races. And look at them. You got 2 of them inside the top 5 right now, 3 of them inside the top 5 right now.
Yeah. It makes a hell of a difference when you have a team and you're all very competitive with each other. You're able to run together on track, and here it is. It's showing up right now early on in this one, just about to click over lap 60.
They work good with each other, but they race the hell out of each other. We saw Dees and I believe Morosco have contact a while ago. They hit each other, right? They race each other.
Yeah.
But they do take care of each other too.
I promised a little shot of the track. Let's go ahead and go on board with Chris Berg as he is following the 99 and just take a look at how rough the surface of this track is.
And it stinks on the camera. You'll never get the true effect of what it feels like in the wheel. But that steering wheel is jumping the entire time in these drivers' hands. That transition right there, Chris, when them drivers veer off down to the apron, that's a very, very abrupt change.
Yeah, and then you've got that crack in the track, kind of one line up from the white line. And then right here on the top side of the track. And I'll tell you, with the right equipment, you feel all of it.
Corey Sherman's feeling every bit of it right now.
Yeah, even without like a motion rig, if you have a good enough steering wheel, that thing is just jumping all over the place.
It almost, I know the apron for sure, it's almost as if it wants to jerk the steering wheel out of your hand.
Nose to tail, most of the top 10 actually. It's even more than that. You got to go all the way back to Cody Heinzman to find somebody running in a separate line. And Heinzman right now trying to work his way back inside the top 10. He's doing it against the 4 car of Larry Bell. Sam Lawson's going to try and take advantage. He stays up behind the 4, and Heinzman has no place to go.
I think these drivers in the next couple of laps are going to start thinking about that stage break coming. Stage points, if you're inside the top 10 or if you're 11th, 12th, right there on the cusp of it. Stage points are getting ready to be the main topic on these drivers' minds.
Yeah, we're 9 laps to go. And just like that, Heinzman now finds himself back into the top 10. And he's got Gordon Larson right in front of him.
Cody's going to be like our own little experiment. We basically, if he gets up here and can get a top 5 in this stage, we know he was saving tires, and it makes a huge difference, right? And it looks like he's able to cut down a lot quicker than the double zero of Larson was there. So I think the 51 was definitely conserving that right front tire and going to try to make a run at him here late.
Oh, the 24 of Lawson, excuse me, almost lost it coming around the corner. The front end found some grip the rear end wasn't ready for.
I saw him dip down low right then in the background.
Wow. Great save. It's funny, right? It doesn't look that bad from the angles that we're watching it, but I guarantee you he was moving that steering wheel trying to save it.
It's absolutely really, really bad. And you're also going 170, 180 when it's all happening.
About 7 laps to go till the end of stage number 2. And all eyes on Cody Heinzman as he is working his way back inside of the top 10, sitting in 9th spot right now.
Looking at his lap times, he's matching the leader Chris Carroll's pace, but he's not gaining on him, Chris. He's just basically matching lap after lap. That last time around, he was a little bit faster than Chris Carroll, but just a little bit.
Yeah, well, trying to get to the front, I don't think is going to happen. But if he can catch the draft of those drivers right in front of him, he has a shot for a top 5, maybe even a top 4. And it's not going to be that much longer now before he does sniff out that draft. It would be the draft of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
I think he has it already, Chris. I think he's definitely going to get up here in the mix for a top 5. If he can get up there really in the next half a lap or so, he's definitely going to have to set himself up for a great stage finish. He's gaining on him.
Yeah, gap is closed. About a 10th in the last half a lap or so. So Heinzman right now is finding some additional speed.
And that dog always runs harder the closer he gets to the rabbit. So the closer he's getting to the 10, he's pushing a little bit harder.
About 5 laps to go.
Sorry to interrupt. D's hard into the outside wall. That's going to stack him up a little bit.
Yeah, you know, the other thing that's going to do is he climbs in behind the 10 that's 1 car closer to Cody Heinzman. That's going to help out Heinzman quite a bit. Just getting a little closer to that draft. And right now, Walker to the inside. He has got a bunch of MFRD drivers around him, and that's not good for him. TBV down low. And Cody Heinzman sends it. Heinzman is there. 2 by 2.
Jamie Walker really sideways right there. Cody Heinzman over the chat saying, oh my goodness, good save. That was a big save out of the 88, but it really stalled out the momentum of that low line. And look at Heinzman, 3 wide, he's in the middle.
Look out. Oh, contact between Heinzman and the 17 of D's. They separate away from each other now. It's a 3-way battle for 6th spot. Make it 2.
So in the corner, they were right on top of each other. They got to the straightaway, and they all separated each other. That's funny. That was awesome how that worked. In the corner, though, they was not giving each other an inch.
Oh, 2 cars into the wall. It was Morosco and Dees. Morosco and Dees found the wall, and the 57 the 51 gonna try and make some hay. He does. Cody Heinzman into the top 5.
He's top 5, and he's still reeling in Dalton Kilroy as well. You said the stage is 72, right? So coming to 73.
End of 72, yes, sir.
So he has the time, I do believe. 4 miles.
From 12th to 5th, Cody Heinzman is rolling.
I'm going to say it's probably safe to say our experiment was true, huh? He was saving tires right there. 'Cause look at him now. Look at the turn he has. Just drives underneath Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe was defending that, too. Kilroe did not want to let him by.
He's still defending it. Heinzman down on the apron. The 41 doesn't give him a lot of room to play with. The 51 still down low. And Cody Heinzman has taken away 4th spot from Dalton Kilroe. My, oh my.
Kilroe into the outside wall now. Everybody's hitting that outside wall of turn 2. That was a hard hit for Kilroe. He went straight up into the wall.
Yeah, these tires are really going away. This car is getting tighter and tighter, and it does not want to turn. And look at the separation Heinzman has now over Ty Morosco and Dalton Kilroe and all those drivers.
That was what I noticed with Heinzman. You said it. None of these guys, the cars won't turn right now. Well, Heinzman, he's able to turn down. Look, he's driving down to that yellow line if he wanted to. He's able to really get that car rotated, pointed. He's just firing off to the corner every lap.
Yeah, he is getting some serious rotation out of that 51 right now. That's pretty impressive. We're on lap 72 as we come to the start-finish line. And it looks like Chris Carroll gonna win stage number 2. Chris Berg, Derek Paulson, Cody Heinzman, Ty Morosco, your top 5. Austin Edstrom, Brian Dees, Dalton Kilroe, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Jamie Walker round out the top 10. They all receive valuable bonus points. There's Lori. Hi, Lori. We knew she was going to be here.
It's about time, Miss Lori. I'm glad to have you here.
Well, Mark is the only driver laps down. He's going to get one of them back. He'll be 2 laps down when we retake the green for the 3rd and final stage here at Michigan. Jamie Walker wins stage number 1. Chris Carroll wins stage number 2. And again, these drivers finding 70 miles an hour. As they are about to enter pit road.
I'll pat. Look, thought I was talking to Mark in the admin chat. I got too many push to talk buttons over here.
That's okay, buddy.
Was actually speaking with Mark there, so apparently he was involved in that first wreck quite a bit, and went laps down trying to get the damage fixed. So he's been battling back all night. Like you mentioned, only car a lap down. As he's going to be what I think scored only 1 lap down now, I believe, or is it 2?
2.
So still 2 laps down. And let's face it, there hadn't been a whole lot of cautions tonight. There's been stage yellows. That's it.
Yeah, there was one
there
caution
was one,
midway between stage 1. Carroll comes out in front, and then after that, it's just been stage cautions. But the wick is about to get burnt up.
I feel like they've been holding a blowtorch to it the whole time. It's definitely coming. It's almost like time to start cashing some checks, right? You start thinking to the end of the thing, 120 laps. We're already on number, what, 75, I believe?
Yeah, 75.
They're going to click off fast. They click off faster than what you think.
So there will be one more stop that these cars are going to have to do.
I was told between 45 laps roughly. So I think anywhere, say 45 to 50 is about the fuel run tonight.
All right.
But now my math don't normally math very well. But if it's 50, if I can take this 50 laps, I can make it to the end, can't I?
Yeah, you can make it to the end.
Can my tires make it to the end?
Yeah, that's the question. We have not stretched tires that far yet. And
we saw how many were hitting the wall right then at the end of that run.
Yeah. So either the pace is going to slow down and people are just going to go the whole way without coming down pit road again, or you're going to see some drivers just absolutely blasting, knowing that they're going to come down for tires and they've got to get as much as they can the entire way. Checking in on my my teammate, Corey Sherman. He was in his pit stall for 1:09, so more damage getting fixed out of the 3 car, and we're going to hope that thing is now straight and driving straight and doing what it needs to do. Because right now, the 3 is having some serious issues tonight.
Chris, so we were talking about tires and fuel a while ago. I just jumped down to a team channel with some guys and just asked them what their tires were looking like, the percentage-wise. Right front, crew chief, it was down to 54%.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, you're getting close to failure type numbers there. Starting to get dangerous.
Yeah, and that's a reason why they were hitting walls. The car just doesn't have any grip, and it doesn't have any turn. Yep. Pace car's down. We're getting ready to take it. Green flag for the 3rd and final stage here at Michigan. We're in the Geico restart zone, and Chris Carroll finds the loud pedal.
And was shot out of a cannon. My, oh my, what a start for the 99. Cody Heisman, P2, or trying to take P2 away from Chris Berg. Up and down night for the catch-up man. He's been at the top of the top. He's been all the way back to 11th, 12th. And now he's back up here in the top 3 fighting for a podium finish.
Yeah, I think what we know about Cody right now is he's got the speed when he chooses to use it. And he's just thinking about everything. He's looking for the long game here. Cody
he's methodical.
Heisman. Yeah.
You can tell from race chatter he's a smart cat. He thinks things through. Although he currently has blue hair. For whatever reason. So he didn't think that one through all the way, I don't think. But he did make some money with it.
Well, if you make money with it, I mean, let's face it.
He said.
Hair is one of those things you can change every couple months.
Yeah, but this is blue. This is hideous blue. He looks like Ninja in 2020. But he did let me poke fun at it for a minute, so he's good in my book.
There you go. Yeah, Lori, that is true. Better late than never. Zimmy checking in on chat. How you doing, Zimmy? Hope everything's going well. Lori, I'm sure you're not the cause of Mark not doing very good tonight. I'm pretty sure if you ask him, he loves this car, and that's probably the reason. He just loves it so much.
I'm terrified. I think he fixed the leak today.
Yeah.
That he came over to Lori's house and helped her fix the leak.
Well,
he probably is wore out. He is old, so he probably is wore out.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's old. That's not nice. But when your first pet was a Brontosaurus.
Right, I'm not going to say he's old, but he's definitely not young.
Chris Berg wearing out the rear bumper of Chris Carroll. Giving Carroll a couple of shots.
Six car Derek Paulson throwing his name back into the hat here in the top 5.
Yeah, currently going backwards, though, as the 87 of Austin Edstrom and Jamie Walker battling on the outside. 6 goes down low. Tries to hold on to a position, but Walker has the momentum. Jamie Walker up to the 5th spot. How about this name? I don't think I've said it tonight except for during the grid. Alex Harris inside of the top 10, currently running in the 7th spot. But here comes the 10, and what a run TBB's got. Looking for the twofer. Man, what a run. I'm going to tell you right now, Tanner, it looks like these guys are running hard enough that they're going to want tires. I could be wrong, and they're just going to let the pace drop off to nothing.
I'm expecting a pit stop. Probably you're going to see some come around halfway point, right, in this stage. Just try to split the run in half. You'll see some try to stretch it, and you might see some try to peel off early, do a little short pit on them. But I'm expecting some tires here.
I'll tell you what, about a half a lap ago, Austin Edstrom put the bumper right to the back of the 51 of Cody Heinzman. I think Edstrom wants to go a little bit quicker than Heinzman was. Now he finds himself in the middle. Cody Heinzman in the middle of a 3 wide situation. Heinzman out of it. Let Edstrom go. And here comes the 88. Stalls behind Edstrom. Heinzman. My goodness, Alex Harris's name was just mentioned, and here comes another. It's the 27 of Hunter Lagunas. Lagunas right now in 7th spot, and he's looking the top side of Cody Heinzman.
Lagoon, somebody that I helped recruit to the series. He's a little bit younger. I think he's 15 or 16. He's bad fast, but he's just young, right? He needs the seat time. He's not. If he ever reins it in a little bit, he'll be somebody that's near the front every week in and week out. I truly feel.
Right down to the yellow line, back up to the middle of the track, right behind the 87, now behind the 10 of TBB. The 6 car going low on Chris Berg. Paulson taking it low. Not going to be able to hold the momentum, even with the 87 right there. Now the 87 gives a little push. That could be what Paulson was looking for. On the top side, though, their teammate, TBB, picking the draft up from the top 2. Lori, we only pick on him. I'd never pick on you.
Yeah, absolutely not. Only on Mark.
To be fair, he deserves it a little bit. Keeps us all young. New top 3. It's Chris Carroll, Chris Berg, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Hunter Lagunas right there. Battling for, he's got 5th spot. He's looking for more. Chris Berg goes down low. TBB fills in the gap. TBB maybe looking for a lead here in about a lap and a half. Taylor Butcher Benjamin finding some speed here in our 3rd and final stage. And again, we don't know. I mean, he might be one of those drivers that said, okay, about lap 100, I'm going to come down and get tires. We don't know. Two by two, 2nd and 4th places under attack. Chris Berg on the inside of TBB. Derek Paulson on the inside of Hunter Lagunas. Oh, the Butcher has a tough time making it through that corner. Going to lose some spots as Lagunas now makes it 3 wide. Austin Edstrom comes up, gives the 10 a shove. Now Edstrom on the top side of a 3-way sandwich.
I was going to say, Edstrom, all he did was allow Butcher out of the sandwich for a minute, but now right back to it. But now they get clear, and they lean on each other a little bit.
Man.
The kid, I'm telling you, he just needs to rein it in a little bit. He's bad fast. Just needs to rein it in a little bit.
Making my heart stop up here. And here comes the 24 party boy. He wants to have a little fun. Heinzman jumps it to the top lane to try and block him off. Wasn't fast enough to do it. Now we're 3 wide again. Didn't I say at the beginning of this thing that 3 wide doesn't work here? I was wrong.
It's wrong, but how long does it work for?
Yeah. Right now, there's a little bit of give and take. That's going to go away. Oh, it's going away right now. The 4-car, Larry Bell, goes around. And the Jamie Walker gets involved. Walker all torn up. Bell all torn up. We're going to have to go back and see what else happened there. Oh, boy.
That's my charter, Chris. I don't like hearing that.
I was going to say, Tanner, that's your car right there, bud. TSP on the back deck lid.
Oh, I don't think Larry Bell was actually involved. Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong wreck. I'm wrong. That was the first wreck I'm looking at.
Larry Bell and Derek Paulson get together. Paulson able to drive away. Bell and, oh, gosh, the 16 and the 00 along with the 88. So Eric Blunt, Jamie Walker, and the 00 of Gordon Larson, along with Larry Bell. 4 cars involved with that one.
That was a pretty weird wreck. It looked like they just come together.
Yeah, we just got a pretty good shot of it, courtesy of the far chase cam.
It looks like Derek just kind of chases up a little bit. I think that's what Race Control said.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Pit road now is busy. This will be most likely the last stop of the race, as it's going to be 4 tires and fuel, the call for every single lead lap driver. And Chris Carroll is going to lead him off from pit road.
It's go time now. That caution right there came very timely for us, and maybe not so timely for the guys out there, because it's getting ready to get stressful, but it's getting ready to be fun. That phrase you said a while ago, give and take, yeah, throw that out the window, driver or crew chief.
Constance out there giving you hell. It's all in good fun, ladies, I promise.
Yeah, no, you didn't make the problem. He is just the problem in and of itself. But you did the best you could. Mama tried with him, I know. Get me in trouble in here, Chris.
I like the reference to the song, though. Mama tried.
Mama did try. Who is that? I know that song. Who is it?
Oh, man. Merle Haggard.
Oh, Merle. I didn't know you listen to that type of music up there.
Oh, I love Merle.
Chris, that's awesome. You're my new favorite person. You already was a favorite, but you got a little Southern boy in you. Sounds like too, huh?
I got a Vermont accent, but it's different. I know my accent is different.
Yeah, but you got a little Southern in your soul, though. So that's what.
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely. Oh, damn straight there. All right. Well, this caution we're working currently is lap 89. So we're going to be about 30 laps to go when we retake the green flag. Chris Carroll, Chris Berg up front. That's your choice up there. Running second spot right now, bud.
I'm excited to see it. And speaking of my Race Chatter pick, Race Chatter starting this week and every week from now on. Sundays at noon Eastern. No more Saturday nights. They're tough to make it Saturday nights in the summer. So we are going Sunday on race day for Blazing Pedals. Race Chatter coming at you noon Eastern every Sunday.
Green flag back out. We go back to race speed. Chris Carroll shot out of a cannon. Tom Orozco following him through.
You wouldn't know it, but Chris Carroll had a little bit of wheel spin there. Car got a little bit upset with him, get him through the gears, but you can't tell, like I said, on the eye test. Here comes Tom Orozco, though, in the number 1. We called it earlier this season when Ty won. I said I think he'd win 3, and I think you agreed with me. 3 on the season. So he's looking for race win number 2. He's sitting 3rd right now.
It's go time, bud. You're not saving anything anymore.
No more give and take. None of that. It's what's best out your windshield, driver.
26 laps to go. You're getting the green flag from your crew chief. What are you going to do with it? Chris Carroll, he's going to continue leading. Chris Berg and Ty Orozco. Austin Edstrom in the 4th spot. Hunter Laguna sits 5th. MFRD driver of the number 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, sits 6th spot. Cody Heinzman, our pole sitter tonight, in 7th. Dalton Kilroe has made his way to 8th after kind of falling off there for stage number 2. We didn't talk about him very much. The Soul Stealer, Brian Dees, in 9th, and Mr. Comeback, the 33, who was involved in that very first caution, way back in the middle of stage 1, is sitting in 10th spot.
While you were going through the top 10 in running order, we have a new face out front. It's the Iceberg, number 66.
Chris Berg out front being chased by the 99. Some slight contact there. No big deal. And Austin Edstrom brings it down low. We're looking for a new second spot runner. Austin Edstrom out of MFRD takes over second spot, and he's still going.
Drove it off a cliff to get there to the inside of 66. They're going to be drag racing on the backstretch. Berg will have the momentum, but if Edstrom, if he can stay there and just pester the 66 for half a lap, maybe a full lap, he can eventually make that stick on the bottom, I do believe.
Oh, Chris Carroll gave Chris Berg the shot he needed. And Berg able to get back in front of Edstrom, but Edstrom right now is mad fast.
You saw Edstrom. He wanted to look high right there, but Berg, he closed it off. He did not allow that to happen. Berg knows he's got to protect that outside lane right now. And look at Edstrom. Berg's running middle of the track. Edstrom said, I'll do you one better. I'll go even higher.
Oh, Constance, I know I'm old, honey. I'm feeling it, too.
Something happened to Ty Orozco, who almost got turned.
Yeah, Ty is falling back. Maybe just needed to go a couple of laps and let the tires get a little less angry, as he is now starting to motivate towards the front.
No, Hunter Lagoon almost turned him. I'm watching it right now. They were 3 wide, door banging each other. But he did save it. Hell of a save for the 1 car.
Battle for the race lead. Austin Edstrom on the inside. He's going to take it over from Chris Berg. Austin Edstrom out of MFRD leading this one for team owner Michael Falk.
I like Austin, but somebody picked him in Race Chatter for the pick 'em. I don't need him out front of Berg right now. I don't think we have a choice in the matter. Look, that A7's been fast week in and week out, but look at battling back to the low side. Iceberg. What a race. This is a hell of a race.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Couple of drivers are out of it. which never like to see. One of them is Jamie Walker. Walker's been on pit road for just under 9 minutes so far. So winner of stage 1, 10th in stage 2, and maybe a DNF for Jamie Walker. As Austin Edstrom continues to lead the way, 21 laps to go. Caution on the track.
Oh, yeah, caution on the speedway. And I'm not sure why or where. Ooh, it may have been Van Fleet, I'm thinking.
Van Vliet looking at the inside wall of pit road. Let's go back and see what the cause was. So the 89 just behind his teammate. The 24 comes up, makes it 3 wide. Oh, man. Just got run over. Sam Lawson trying to make room, and there wasn't any to be had.
We said it's go time, but that was maybe a little too much go there.
Yeah.
Party boy, he's going to party. That's for sure. But that sucks for Van Fleet. They're 89. Wrong place, wrong time.
And the 89 is hurt. He could not steer that car back up onto track. Ended up taking a tow ride back to pit road. All right, well, you got one more set of tires on pit road. Are you going to use them?
I don't know, man. I don't want to be the answer of that question. I don't know here. I'm conflicted on both ways here. I think you got to use them, don't you? Are you expecting another yellow in 5 to 6, 7 laps, and will the difference be worth it for the risk? I don't think so. I think you've got to take them now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if you're somewhere around, look, you don't want to give up the race lead right now, I don't think. If you're 5th, 6th, I think you got to come. And of course, if the leader comes, then everybody's going to.
Yeah, it's basically, you don't want to be Chris Carroll right now, because they can either leave him out high and dry. If he goes down, they all stay out. Or if he stays out, they all go down, right? You don't want to be the leader in this situation. But I feel like most of this field, majority of them, is going to come down for tires here.
Waiting to see if anybody does.
Nobody does.
No takers.
Let's see, now that's why I'm in the broadcast booth and why I didn't run very well last year. Because I probably took tires right then.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was 10th on back, I think I would have taken them. What are you going to lose?
Right. I used to say that last season, get on a different strategy. That helped me win Richmond. I got on a different strategy than everybody and lucked out until late race caution the way to fail.
My general train of thought is if you just follow the leader, you're going to end up following the leader.
Bingo.
Mark Arthur coming off from pit road. Down just 1 lap now. If we can manage to get one more caution, I'll put Mark back on the lead lap. Mark now catching the tail end of the field. Pace car lights are off. We're rounding through turns 3 and 4, so it's just a matter of seconds before the pace car comes down pit road. We send these guys back under the green flag.
So it looks like our first taker that went down pit road versus where they're scored at right now is Austin Edstrom. He's in 10th right now, Chris. So, whoa, big tire spin out of our race leader, Chris Carroll. That's 2 restarts in a row now. I've seen that inside row get stacked up to the left.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one. The 10 also had a big wheel spin. I was actually watching the 10 and not the 99, but TBB also with a big wheel spin. But he is back up the full song now in the number 10.
Trying to keep that streak alive, but also trying to get that first elusive win of the season. TBB in second place.
Chris Carroll, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Cody Heinzman, your top 3 running nose to tail. And then it stacks up and business is busy. Two wide, 3 wide. As that starts to straighten itself out a little bit. Dalton Kilroe in 5th spot. Then it's 2 wide. Brian Dees, Alex Harris. Harris has the 87 of Austin Edstrom right behind him. Edstrom on fresher tires. Will that be the difference maker here tonight?
10 lap fresher tires is how it looks. About 10 laps.
Yeah, 15 laps to go.
4 wide right there with Alex, Hunter. Man, oh man, they got 4 wide for a minute, but they sorted it out quick. But Edstrom, he's charging forward.
I'm telling you right now, in a personal situation, TBB is running high. Oh, the 3 and the 17 get together. Chris Berg just got taken out.
Shut your mouth.
Okay, I won't say a word.
No, I'm... Chris Berg. He has significant damage too, Chris.
Oh, yeah, that was a hard hit. The Ohio and Indiana racing number 66 just got hit. Let's go back and take a peek. They're 3 wide in front of him.
My race chatter co-host. He did it on purpose to me, I think. He sabotaged me. I'm just playing by the way, folks.
And the 33 of John Perkins took one again. Oh my gosh. Poor John cannot catch a break. I mean, not like anybody is right now, because let's face it, these guys, look, it's getting close to the end, and this is what's going to happen. Well, let's take it out of the cockpit of John Perkins and see it as he saw it. Not a hard hit for Perkins that time. He's going to be able to keep going. Wow. Well, again, we've got some lead lap drivers out there that are on pit road. 4 tires and fuel to call. And yeah, I believe Corey Sherman was probably at fault for that one. I also believe that for the first time since stage number 1, Mark Arthur is back on the lead lap.
And it's been a journey for him, but I believe so.
This is why, and we talk about it, you know, this has been a conversation for years, but this is why you don't just leave a race. If things aren't going your way, you stay in it and see what happens. Well, not only is he on the lead lap, but he's sitting in 17th spot right now. Ahead of Corey Sherman, ahead of Chris Berg, and now we just sit back and see what's going to happen. We do have some very, very fast cars up front, but we've got some cars out behind these guys that they've got fresh tires. And it makes a difference.
Austin Edstrom starting outside on the second row. So your top three, Heinzman, Butcher, Carroll, they pit on lap 90. Austin Edstrom, Honey Lagoons, John Perkins, they pit on lap 100. And they're all right there within striking distance of that front row.
Yeah.
Will 10 laps matter a lot? It's going to matter some. I can tell you for certain there's going to be a difference between the tires. Is the difference big enough, though, Chris? I don't know.
Well, it could very well be. We do know that these tires fall off. We've seen it. I mean, we're looking at, 2-3 seconds fall off?
Yep, big. Like a second and a half quick, too, and like 15 laps in. So, yeah, 10 laps, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. But now there's 10 laps difference, but there was a caution in between that, too. So, Carroll, the Butcher, Cody Heinzman, they have a few more laps than Austin Edstrom. But Edstrom definitely has fresh tires. It's going to get interesting here as we're down to the wire.
Yeah, pace car lights are off, and it hits the left-hand turn. And coming down pit road now, Chris Carroll has control of the field. Taylor Butcher Benjamin to his outside. Cody Heinzman inside row number 2, and Austin Edstrom outside row 2, and we are back under green.
Carroll's done what he's done all night. It's a great launch for our race leader, Chris Carroll. That really allows the third-place driver, who is now Cody Heinzman, to do battle with P2, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. And look at Hunter Lagoons trying to put those fresh tires to work.
Hunter Lagunas way down low. He's going to make it 3 wide. Not going to have a chance because here comes Austin Edstrom. Oh, man, is Edstrom fast right now. Hunter Lagunas as well. Lagunas gets around Cody Heinzman. And then somehow, some way, John Perkins inside the top 6.
Perkins is one that's on fresh tires. There's a chance for Perkins to battle back. He was hurt earlier. He was asking people how his damage was.
The 33 of John Perkins, the never say die attitude of that car and driver, is on full display here, just like Bristol.
I will always go back to Bristol. He finished 6th there without a front nose on that car. It was bare. You could see radiator, motor, and all. And he brought it home P6. Let's look at the dance these guys are doing up front now. Chris Carroll trying to break the draft to the 87, going down low, swerving on the back stretch. 87 down to the inside, battle for the race lead.
Battle for the race lead, and it's going to be a quick one as Austin Edstrom goes around Chris Carroll. Edstrom in the MFRD, number 87, our new race leader. First time tonight for the 87 to lead the pack.
And off night, really, for the 87 in qualifying. He's actually qualified on pole 3 times earlier this season already, and we're just 10 races in. But he's proved he's had speed. He's already won once this season, twice this season, I think. But got Chris Carroll right there behind him, but he does have the advantage when it comes to tires.
Yeah, and this is where you're going to start to see it going into the corner. The 87 able to hold on to it for just a little bit longer. The 99, though, picks up the throttle and gets right back to the rear bumper coming out of turns 1 and 2. John Perkins right now looking to the inside of Cody Heinzman. Perkins trying for a top 5. I mean, secretly, Heinzman is like, one of my favorites because he's on the same race team as I am, but I'm pulling for John. Anything he can get, I will take it for him tonight. And right now, he's got himself a 5th place run. Here comes Ty Morosco, also trying to get around Cody Heinzman. Morosco, one of those drivers with the fresher tires. Tires definitely is making a difference here.
Yeah, you just see it from the middle of the corner on off. Well, basically from the moment they turn in to the exit of the corner, it's just overall faster. Just able to rotate the corner way quicker. And that's only a 10-lap difference. So that's very, very, very telling.
We got 3 wide action again here. My Lord.
As looks like Hunter Lagoons just took over P2 away from Chris Carroll. So Carroll's definitely feeling the effects of the tire wear. Hunter Lagoons on fresh tires. Austin Etcham on fresh tires. And now Hunter, he's a newcomer to BPL. Austin is as well, but Austin's got a race win here already. Lagoons has not.
John Perkins sits in the 4th spot, and he is going to put the challenge on Chris Carroll. Perkins looking for a podium after getting damaged in the very first caution of the night. 6 laps to go. Looking back through the field, looks like Corey Sherman has made his way back up to 14th spot. Mark Arthur is up to 16th spot. So again, tires. Tires is making a difference. How about Amanda Sherman? She's running in 12th.
It's a great night for Amanda. Been a quiet night too. She hadn't been involved in anything, right? Just a quiet night, head down, digging.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the best night you can ask for.
Absolutely the best.
John Perkins maybe setting up the 99. Meanwhile, Hunter Lagunas looking in the inside of the 87. Not going to be able to do it.
He's looked low, he's looked high, and he shoved him off into a corner once. Hunter Lagunas definitely wants this race win. You see, though, every time he gets there, he catches him, and then down the backstretch of the straightaway, he starts to lose him a little bit. So that tells me he's pushing. He's driving it up in there really deep, and he's not able to pick up the throttle as quick as Edstrom is.
That's correct. Yeah, because he's getting a little tight, so he's actually slowing himself up about mid-corner back. And John Perkins now goes backwards as the 1 and the 41 go by him. And we're looking 3 wide for 3rd spot with 4 laps to go. Are you kidding me? 3 wide with 4 laps to go. Chris Carroll on the outside, Ty Morosco in the middle, and underneath it all, the 41. The 41 backs off. It's going to be a fight now for 3rd between Ty Morosco and Chris Carroll. Ty Morosco able to take it a little bit of a bump there from Carroll to the Ty Morosco for that 3rd spot. Carroll comes back to the inside. 3 laps to go.
He's fighting hard here. He
fought too hard. Morosco and the 99, the 6, the 3 able to stay out of it. Oh my God, 3 laps to go, and it all breaks loose.
We saw it happen live, right? And Chris Carroll's already took responsibility for it. Man, oh man, Carroll's fighting. He's on them old tires. He was trying to make it work. I'm speechless there. That was a big one.
Let's go back and look at it one more time.
You know what that just did, Chris? That just took this race and put it over on top of his head. This race has changed.
Yeah, it's done now. And Carroll just tried to move up the track a little bit. The 1 car was already there. The 1 got into the 6, so teammates. Mark Arthur was able to get around it. Man, oh man. And a 99 sitting on pit road for the second time this year. We're going green, white checker. Lori's getting excited. She's loving the wrecks. I dig it. Constance is pretty happy right now. Mark Arthur up to 15th spot. Running several laps down for the majority of this race. Now on the lead lap, just outside of the top 10, looking in. Green, white, checkered. The race will be over once the white flag comes out. Until then, if there's another incident on track, we'd go under the green, white, checkered again. 3 possible times we will try that before the race is called.
You got 3 very hungry drivers inside the top 5 restarting here. And John Perkins, Dalton Kilrow, Hunter Lagoons. Why are they hungry? They're winless right now. They want to get that elusive first win of the season. Then you got the catch-up man trying to prove he belongs up here in the front. And you got Edstrom. He's already proved he belongs up front, right? He's just trying to back it up with another statement win. It's about to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it sure is. And Laurie, never apologize for being excited. That's what racing is all about. Get the heart pumping. Oh, yeah, they're doing it for us tonight. It's been a relatively calm race, even with the cautions that we've had. Forget all that now. It's about to get edge of the seat time. Zimmy's saying that's not the last caution, and Zimmy, you may be absolutely correct. Pace car lights drop down. Green, white, checkered rules in effect. Once the white flag comes out, the race is officially over. Until then, anything goes.
Anything. We're about to find out. What will you do for your first win of the season? What will you do to pick up another race win, your third race win of the season?
You're going to do whatever it takes, right? I mean, that's the answer. It's always the answer. You got to do whatever it takes.
TBB, he's sitting 8th right now as well, trying to keep that top 10 streak going. Lights off on the pace car. They're going green this time by. Pace car going to make the left-hand turn down pit road. Field's in the hands of Edstrom, the moon car out front.
I like TBB's chances of staying inside the top 10 for the end of this one.
If he keeps it clean, he's almost a shoe-in fit here. But got to keep it clean. Now, he did pit on lap 90. He has a lot of people around him. Basically, everybody except Chris Carroll. All with fresher tires around him.
MFRD on the inside, positions 1 and 3. That could be a difference maker. As we work our way to the Geico restart zone, and Austin Edstrom doesn't waste any time. He hits the loud pedal. We're back under the green flag. This could be the final green flag of the race. Right now, the battle for third spot between Dalton Kilrow, Cody Heinzman. Heinzman on the outside, Kilrow on the inside. Meanwhile, Austin Edstrom taking off. Hunter Lagunas in second spot. They're side by side once again for third spot. 3 wide, a little further back. Corey Sherman once again finds himself in the middle of a 3-way, but it is done now. As he runs side by side with Dustin Ping. Up front, it's Austin Edstrom, Hunter Lagunas, and now Dalton Kilrow for third. White flag is out. No matter what happens, this race is done.
The 51 and the 41, they are not playing nice with each other. Trading a lot of pain here, battling for P3. And it's all Edstrom still the man front and center with Hunter Lagoons charging.
Hunter Laguna sits in the second spot. He goes down a little bit low. 41 stays up high. Here comes Dalton Kilrow looking for second. Hunter Lagunas battles back on the inside. Dalton Kilrow has a head of steam on the outside. Cody Heinzman into the wall. It's a 3-car battle now. Austin Edstrom's going to be your winner. Dalton Kilrow second, and Hunter Lagunas finishing third. Wow.
Hell of an ending to a great race there.
Cody Heinzman got into the wall. That took him out of the battle. But comes home in 4th spot. Gordon Larson Jr. going to finish in the top 5. Derek Paulson, 6th. TBB continues the top 10 streak. He finishes in 7th spot. Corey Sherman somehow finishes in 8th here tonight. John Perkins, top 10 finish. What a comeback for him. And Ty Morosco rounds out the top 10. But it is the Austin Edstrom show as he is burning it down here at Michigan. All 3 drivers primed up for post-race interviews. Once again, congratulations to our top 3, Austin Edstrom, Dalton Kilroy, Hunter Lagunas. What a ride, man. What a great, great finish to this one.
It was. Michigan, it was a good one. It really was. So many different lanes guys to go. The top line, it was fast, but you saw towards the end of the race that low line was coming in. That was a really good race.
All right, let's go ahead and get to our top 3. Finishing in 3rd tonight, the driver of the number 27, who is also listening, is Hunter Lagunas. Hunter, this is Chris and Tanner up in the booth. You got to pee.
Yeah, I do.
All right, brother. Well, 3rd place finish tonight. And you've got one heck of an echo, but take me through your race.
I just sent it, really. First stage, pretty bad. Second stage, ran pretty bad. And then the 3rd stage, we just sent it. I didn't really care, and I got a caution at the perfect time. I was like 4th or 5th, and my tires were starting to give out. I could feel it. We got a yellow, and that's what kept me in the race.
Well, good job with finishing in that 3rd spot. Who do you have to thank here tonight?
Tanner Marr, Chris Carroll, all the guys at Five Kings. That's about it.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight.
Thank you.
And that's Hunter Lagunas finishing in 3rd spot tonight. Welcome, young man, to 3rd.
Get the kid a mic. That was awful.
Get him
that
something.
Was terrible.
Yeah, well, listen, we do what we can do. I believe, I don't know if he's actually there or not. His mic is muted, but we'll give him a call up. Go ahead, bud.
Dalton Kilroy, you're live in the booth. You got a copy?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I got you. My cable wasn't connected.
He is here. He is here. So, Dalton, talk me through it, brother. P2 finish here tonight at Michigan. Still winless, but another solid finish for the 41. Talk me through it.
Yeah, it wasn't looking like it was going to be a P2 for a little while there, but just pitting at I thought the right time. I probably should have pit with Austin when he did. Would have maybe had a better shot, and probably wouldn't have gotten caught up in the incident with Carroll and Ty. I think that damage might have hurt me a little bit, but hey, P2, I am fine with it. Especially MFRD home race. Definitely glad we were able to get a 1-2 for the squad, and just glad I didn't have the bad luck bug bite me for once.
I hear that because it does seem like I put in the power rankings when the 41 finishes with a clean bumper, it finishes good, and that's a testament here tonight. Another podium finish for you. 1-2 here for the MFRD home track. Who else we got shout out there for the 41, boss?
Yeah. Well, I'll say it again. MFRD, everybody else on the squad. Congrats to Austin for getting the win. He had the speed to do it. Got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast for us. Got to thank. Oh God, I'm blanking right now. I got to thank Ohio and Indiana Roofing. Got to thank Five Kings Motorsports for the pure race practice sessions. Blackhawk Motorsports. Priority Auto. and feel like I'm butt kicker, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think you hit them all. It sounded perfect, and perfect night for you. One spot short, but still another solid points night for the 41. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Congratulations goes out to the 41 of Dalton Kilroe here tonight, bringing it home in P2. And of course, that leaves us with just one driver to talk to. It's the MFRD driver of the number 87, Austin Edstrom. Austin, this is Chris and Tanner up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. How's it going?
Well, doing pretty good, but I'll tell you what, man, up 16 positions to take over the race win here. That 87 and its driver doing a fantastic job tonight. Why don't you take me through your night, bud?
Oh, goodness. Well, I didn't have any practice coming into it, so my Q lap sucked. In my first stage and a half, I felt like I was not very good. I was saving tires way too hard. And everybody else was just flying, man. They drove away from me. So I feel like I did a good job learning tonight, and then the strategy just kind of fell my way with that caution with 20-something to go, decided to come in and take tires, and I think that was the deciding factor because Carroll had been saving better than me on the last stint, and I think he would have flown by us at some point. But with the couple lap fresher tires, I think it kind of made the difference, put me up there, and just got the track position over Hunter. Hunter put up a good fight on me. It's tough to overcome the dirty air whenever you can just air block so easy.
Yeah, it was a great run, and honestly, we thought there was something wrong, or maybe you just didn't like the track starting way back the way you did here tonight. Didn't realize you didn't get any practice in here tonight, but victory nonetheless. Man, you parked it in fine fashion right on the victory lane circle. I dig that. Who do you got to thank on the 87?
I mean, this is Michael Falk's home track, so I got to give a big shout out to him. Thanks to him for the paint scheme and just for the race team that we race on. It's a ton of fun getting to hang with the MFRD guys week in and week out, and to get him a 1-2 at his home racetrack is pretty sweet, man. So I just gotta thank Michael and all the other MFRD guys: Dalton, Ty, Taylor, Brian, Derek. I ran into Derek about 50 times tonight, so I'm sorry to Derek. But other than that, it was a great race, and I'm happy to be parked in victory lane.
All right, and not for the first time this season, Austin Edstrom clicking off another race win here this season for the Blazing Pedals. And Tanner, it was a hell of a fight, bud. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race results very quickly if we could. Austin Edstrom brings it home in first. Dalton Kilroe, Hunter Lagunas, Cody Heinzman in fourth. Gordon Larson Jr. in that 00 finishing fifth. Derek Paulson, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, 6th and 7th. Corey Sherman finishes 8th. John Perkins, a top 10. I still can't get over that one. Ty Morosco finishes 10th here tonight. And it's Dustin Ping, Amanda Sherman, Mike Massengill, Chris Berg, Mark Arthur with a 15th finishing spot. Jason Bauer, Alex Harris, Brian Dees round out your top 18. And of course it doesn't want to do what I want it to do, because that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, well, that's the way it goes. 19th, Alex Harris. Chris Carroll in 20th. Jamie Walker, 21st. He was eventually able to get back out on track, but too little too late. Philip Van Vliet finishes 22nd. Eric Blunt, 23rd. And Larry Bell in the 4-car brings it home in 24th position here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all once again for tuning in to the True Sim Productions live here on YouTube. And I'll tell you that next week is going to be just as much fun as it was this week. It really always is with these guys. Have yourselves a great night. Until next week, take care of yourselves and each other.